everyone. Hello. I'm back. Hi, Robin Arvin, Linda Sandoval, Lynn Patterson. Hi, Catherine Stubb. It wasn't the internet provider so much as I had to reset our modem, and then I accidentally knocked out all of the Wi-Fi internet settings, and yeah, so it was a huge pain in the butt. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm here again. Yeah, trying to set security cameras up, and it's a pain in the ass. I'm not happy. Not happy at all. So, lots have been happening, I think. I haven't really had much of a chance to catch up on the news. We've been stuck with free to wear and stuff. So Merrick Garland's been Merrick Garland has been confirmed. Yay! Thought he would be, but it'd take a little bit of a while yet. But yeah. And yeah, we've had a few things going on here. We have had our Prime Minister was taking part in something called the Quad Conference. Quad. I'm just going to get a pen. And it's the US, of course, Australia, India, Japan, and the US. And I thought I'd have a look at that, and is it gonna have any impact? Okay. Oh my goodness. I'll put my little blue light on, lovely blue light. Hubby bought it for me for Christmas. It's a gorgeous light. Oh, that'll do. That's darker. So I'm hoping people listen. So the Georgia officials was found in the tape of him was found in the trash of the investigator's laptop. Hey, yeah. Tucker Carlson, what's going on with him? Can somebody post a comment so I know you can hear me and see me okay? Tucker Carlson, he's interesting to see what he's going on. Yeah. Trump in Georgia. Hi, Moonchild. Hi, Dishes and Stitches. FBI background check on Kavanaugh. They're facing allegations that the background check was, hi, Melinda Ducha, was fake. Was it? Um, so, any questions? Hi, you guys got any questions? Hello, A Dragon. What's going on with Kushner? Hi, Valio. Okay. I'm just having a quick look through the news things. Oh, Doug Parkinson's died. He's an Australian, New Zealand singing legend, one of those really gruff voices. He had a huge hit in the early 70s with Dear Prudence, and absolutely, yeah. Hi, Cam, Bubba Girl. Hi, Cameo. Anyway, so I'm going to be looking at this new Quad Alliance. Chinese anonymous state-owned metals trading corporation today declared London Metal Exchange's sweeping changes, including closing its famous outcry trading floor, would be a disaster and could drive trading out of the UK to Shanghai. Wow, interesting. US stands by Australia, no peace until China's coercion stops. PM. Hi, 171 sign in. Has anyone got any questions? I am waiting for some questions. Boris Johnson wants to increase Britain's, UK's nuclear warheads. Nukes. Okay. It's foreign defence policy. Ultimate insurance policy. Thence will reportedly increase the limit on Trident warheads by 40%. How is that going to work out, guys? Anyone got a question? Because I'm going to start soon. Kim Jong-un's sister warns US to scrap military exercises if it wants a good night's sleep, probably. North Korea versus Biden. Who is the bomber? Ooh. You don't ask tricky ones, do you? Hi, GM Dave. Yeah. Tells China to improve ties with Australia. Okay. So I think we might get on with things. I've had a few days without things going on here. Things have been moved around and stuff. Been a very stressful few days. An anti-fascist drug and put it in red, white and blue capsule. Yeah, but it might sound like a good idea, but then you're a proponent of something that is taking free will away from people, and that's what autocrats and stuff aim to do. So it's all a very tricky, slippery slope, isn't it? Okay. So let's have a look first at this Quad conference. Is this Quad alliance going to actually achieve anything? So let's have a look at that. How you going, Dave? 171 signing. I hope everyone is good. They've had a good break. Hi to everyone who's watching who isn't in the comment as well. Bubba girl. Yes, I know. You want what Bubba girls want. Attention, don't you? You want attention. Well, Mummy wants space. So who's going to win? Yeah, I thought so. You. Everyone misses you, Bubba girl. They all miss you. So, thank you. I just had issues where I had to reset the modem. The internet provider, no problems with that. I had to reset the modem, and then I knocked out all the settings, and I had to reset all the settings, and because we needed to go from an open network to a secure one, and oh my goodness, it's like, and it all might have been for nothing. Yeah, as you can see from the picture I put up for this video, I have been on computers for the last week, and yeah, it's just been an absolute nightmare. Okay, let's have a look. This Quad alliance, will it have a real impact in the region? What's on the bottom? Well, it is going to lead to a change in the region, and this is a major arcana, so that is a high impact card, and it's a change. If it was reversed, I'd say it'd be a change for the worse, but no, it's a change for the better, I would say. So I'm going to do a cross with this. So it is, this is the Hangman, change of perception and a pause in people's thinking, causing some people to pause in their thinking and in their perceptions of things. Again, it's a major arcana, so it's a high impact card, which is good. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of the Quad conference, it involved your President Biden, our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of India, and the Prime Minister of Japan. So, yeah, and for the Asia Pacific region. What's the challenge ahead for it? Betrayal. This is actually reverse the step. So there's going to be a need to let go of some old angers and some old perceptions and some old distrust. And it's highlighted that, but there's still a need. So there's still going to be some work to do by the four countries to overcome some old distrusts and old feelings of betrayal and things like that. So it's got a bit of work to do, even though it is generally going to be good for the whole region. The foundation of this, coming forward, but with restraint, showing restraint, but coming forward, talking people around to their way of thinking, bringing ideas to the table. This is the Knight of Wands. It's quite often viewed as an investigative card, but in this case it's more the Knight of Wands is the knight, a charming knight who can talk people around to their way of thinking, without having to lay down the law. If it was like this, it would be my way or the highway, but it's not. This is an ability to think creatively, an ability to talk people around to their way of thinking. So there's a great deal of that involved. So they have an agreement. They've come to a consensus, and now they're looking to bring people in the region into that consensus. In the past, plans and strategic meetings for this region have not always worked out as you'd hope they would. Hey, Bubba. So this is they're trying to find a new approach. And also in the past 4 years, you've had Trump, who has had no interest in furthering stability or cooperation in the region as well. So any plans that had previously been there were basically knocked out of sync. So in the past, the strategies that were in place were knocked out of sync, plans were scrapped. So it's, yeah, so that's had an effect. Presently, it's time to move on. There have been a lot of losses in the region. With the US, Japan's lost quite a few people. India's lost people. We've lost some people. We are, hello, Angela O'Neill and Judy Malley, hello. Angela, welcome. I like to, I like seeing new people join. It's always very nice. And yeah. I've had some people ask me what my PayPal address is. I did put it in the community page, but if you do want to know what my PayPal address is, it's footprinttarot@gmail.com. So footprint and tarot. So that's FOOTPRINTTAROT@gmail.com. So footprint tarot is all one word. So yeah, it's time to move on. Again, this is the challenge here. This harks back to the challenge, moving on with healing and moving on from old feelings of hurt and betrayal. It's time to do that. Hi, Sharon Granger. Hello. What is in the immediate future? Okay, it's building a foundation. It's going to be building a foundation for a new economic future within the region. So that is really interesting. Hi, Condagua. it's just getting late over there. It's after 11 o'clock in Melbourne. Oh, is it? Oh, 12. You're still 3 hours ahead. So this is a real good opportunity to build a foundation, to build a new legacy of economic, and part of it was economic stability within the region. And that's going to be proving that. So it's going to start a new cycle. Often the 10's the end of a cycle. So it's the end of the old cycle of economies and the start of a new legacy in building economies. What's in the environment around this quad arrangement with Australia, US, India and Japan? What's in the environment is group work, working together for economic stability and building things. Hi, Kathy W. So it's group work. This is in the environment, working together in groups to, this is also, to me, this stonemason is working on a statue. A statue on a foundation in a church. It's all about not building monuments to people as such, but working in groups to bring about a new, thank you, Judy Valley, thank you very much, to bring about a new level of stability and leave a monument behind in economic stability, basically. What do people see about the quad? There's a lot of cynicism in some areas around it. Oh, this is a group of people who are just going to abuse everyone around the region to, you know, they're building themselves up so they can abuse everyone. So, as I said, part of the challenge here was to get people who are distrustful to let go of that distrust and to move on from things. So there's still a bit of that. They just see it's just another group of nations with money or population who are out to do the rest of us down. So there's that perception, and that has to be challenged. Hi, Eunice Ruffin. Hi, Catherine Stubbs. I love the hippos on the sticker. Judy, that's great. What are the hopes for this quadrilateral agreement? Hi, Dawn Hooper. You're a pitiful typist, so don't. Oh, that's all right. Lovely to see your name there. I always love seeing your name. To everyone else who's watching but not commenting, you don't have to comment. Just thank you very much for joining me. Hi, J Cat Lady. So what are the hopes for this quadrilateral or this 4 points group? I think this is a 6 of Wands, so it's overturning previous messages, I think. This part of the 6 of Wands, it's not always about victory, even though he's got the laurel leaf of victory. It's about the 6 of Wands, the rider, and there's also an emissary for the king or for the leader. So I think part of this, the hope is that they're going to be able to negate or overturn the messages that was put out during the last 4 years by the Trump administration and by some others, counteract that. So I think that's their hopes. Their fears are that people are going to find it hard to step outside of their belief systems that's been instilled within them in the last few years. they're not. They just want to go and stay within their defined little box where they're comfortable. Whereas these 4 countries are going to be asking other countries in the region to step out, take a chance, be brave, think outside of the box. And the fear is that the other countries aren't going to want to do that. What are the outcomes going to be for the court and its mission? They're really fearing that this is a high impact card too. So that's, really fearing that might have a high impact. But the outcomes, new partnerships, 2 of cups there. Some disappointments in the start, but this is only the page. But also possibly getting news out there, or news into areas where it can be harder to, but also some disappointments. I don't think they expect everyone to just fall into line. They're prepared for some disappointments. It might be a bit of a shaky start, but also it's got to, part of it is wanting to get people to let go of those things and this fear of investing economically within a region. They want to, at this time with COVID and other things, they want to keep all their money close to their chest. But that's can put those economies on thin ice a bit. An ending of the way things have been. So it's going to definitely bring some of those things about. I'll do a couple of clarifiers. A couple of clarifiers on that as well. So I think they've got some good ideas there, but they're going to have a few challenges getting it into running. But it is going to lead to change, and I'm still hopeful because the bottom of the deck was change for the better. Here it is again, change for the better. Here's the group work again. So more countries coming in to work together. And here's the 10 of Pentacles to build new legacies. So it's not all going to be smooth sailing, but remember with the major arcana too is that further in time. So I do think the quad and people who join them, it's going to have, I think, ultimately a good change for the Asia-Pacific region. But there's going to be some challenges. It's not going to happen overnight. Yeah. Angler. I like that name. Is that Irish? Yeah, or is it German? Or it's a really pretty name. Okay, let's have a look at the FBI. There's been some allegations that the background checks that they did into Kavanaugh was fake, was basically not really a background check at all. Hi, Catherine Bush. So let's have a look at that. What is the story behind the background check that they did on Kavanaugh? It's probably from Sweden. It's a pretty name. Hi, Kathy Daly. That's a new name. Welcome. And again, welcome to everyone who's watching and to other people who will be watching later. I have missed doing the lives. It took me a few days to sort out all the settings. And there's so many different options to do, and we had other things going on as well. That it's, yeah. Okay, the Kavanaugh background check. What was the story behind it? That's all right. It's nice to know that you watch, so that's always nice to know. And yeah, if you know anyone who doesn't watch my channel and all that, and you want to point them towards me, please feel free to. What's the story? God, eyes, truth, and compassion. Find clarity inside. I got truncated, the word that went through my mind. It's your grandmother's name, Angla. It's lovely. I got truncated. Now you see it, now you don't. Basically, pulling the wool over people's eyes with the magician. The conflict around him and the debate around him was really hot. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. And it was really starting to be a burden. So they wanted it put to bed. They wanted it, not the FBI, but, you know. You know, people wanted him in. This is what conservatives and certain conservative people and stuff, and he promised to do certain things, so they wanted him in there. I'm not surprised to see the false night came up. It was superficial, the background check that they did. It did not go as deep as it should have. Certain corporations wanted him in, and certain wasn't there something about some debts or something of his disappearing? Exposure. They did not want anything coming to light about him. So they were told to be restrained, show restraint in how deep they went. By the Republicans as well. Well, Barr or Sessions or whoever was in charge at the time. They didn't want it. This is the third night. The third, and the nights are investigators as well. At least the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wanter. And they didn't want people charging in and going too deep. They wanted it restrained, check. So there was support, and he would get through. So basically they set boundaries. What was it I said? Yeah, they said you don't have to look too deep. Just look at this, 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 and this. They looked where they were told to look and not any deeper. So while it wasn't fake, it certainly was not up to the standard it should have been. Yeah, put a lid on it, put it to bed early, get it done quickly. And this investigation into Christine for her allegations and all that, you might have a look at that. Christine Blasey Ford, very brave woman. Her investigation into the allegations by Christine Blasey Ford against Kavanaugh and allegations of another woman, were they done properly? Let's have a look. There were constraints put on them, Angler. They were constrained. So, yeah. The investigation into Christine Ford's allegations and the other allegations. What happened there? Put to bed early, stabbed in the back. Never really had a chance to get going. They felt the eyes on them. I mean, they wanted it to start and finish really quickly. Not so much the FBI, but the Senate. Page of Wands. Hope. Rising Star. That's the star. Queen of Cups, put a lid on things. You don't want to stir up trouble by looking too closely at the actions. He's going to be a rising star. Biden's going to have some questions, but the Lovers, basically, they were told to do something. This was the plan. They were given a plan of where to look, restrain it, temper it down. He's a rising star. You don't want to upset the tenor of the, you know, this will upset the American people. You don't want to upset the American people. He's a rising star. show restraint and tamper it down. So basically, again, they were constrained in this investigation as well, as they were with his background check. They were nobbled. Bar in by then, I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Trump, Georgia. Will Trump be indicted by Georgia? Will Donald Trump be indicted by Georgia? Momentum is for that. That's a yes also. Yes, there are definitely plans to indict him. He's going to be disappointed. Now, I'm pretty sure most people have figured out that those tapes were meant to go missing, but he's very disappointed that somebody found them. I think he'd arranged for those tapes to go missing. He's not going to be happy. He's going to be really, really surprised and offended that they do it. He's going to be out in the cold. Yeah, they're going to indict him. The state of Georgia is going to indict him. He's not prepared for it. He doesn't believe that anybody can indict him over anything. So he's not really prepared for that. Fool. So he's a fool, and in that, you know, I don't have reversals in this deck, but I feel like it should be reversed. He's not prepared for what they're going to do. They're going to have the devil to pay. Yeah. Deals, partnerships. Yeah, here's the momentum card again. It's going to happen a bit quicker than he thinks too. Hi, Shelby, Lisa. Hi, J Cat Lady. Yeah, so he's going to be surprised. He shouldn't be, but he is. What about the stimulus package? Okay. The stimulus package had passed. Are people starting to see any money yet? They're $1,400 or are there hold-ups? I think I read before there was a couple of hold-ups or something. But, oh, that's good. Hi, Kathy Daly. That's good that people have started to receive their payments. So that's good. Now, one of the things I saw on the newsfeed I was looking at earlier, Boris Johnson wants to increase the UK's nuclear capacity by of its stock of Trident warheads by 40%. Is this going to happen? Yeah, it was, Dave, but you know. Hi, Elsie. Thanks for joining us. So, is Boris Johnson going to get his way? Is he going to be able to increase? I'm getting resistance, is the words going through my mind. Details, details, details. People want to know more. Members of his government want to know more. Something is going to come out about why he wants to do this. He's not going to be able to hide the real reason he wants to. Some people, he has got some support for it, but he's also facing a backlash. It's not really a very good strategy. It's not. People are looking at his proposal and why he wanted to do it, and they're feeling it's not a very good strategy. Oh, yeah. It would really. He thinks it will be showing strength. It won't. It would be undermining strengths. It would be undermining UK's strength. Yeah, this idea is, while it has a little bit of support, it really doesn't have a lot. People are like, no, I mean, there's a reason we put freezers on everything and put an end to all this madness and put, you know, restraints on things, and they should not be, you know, changed. Things should, you know, it's going to be pushed back, I think. Definitely causing debate. It would definitely undermine economic ties. It would undermine the economy of the UK in some way. People not wanting to do business with them. Yeah. It's a bad idea. There's lots of momentum against it at the moment. Yep, people wanting to show restraint, panacea. They don't. Most people aren't of the opinion that more nukes is a panacea for all ills. Hi, Estelle Harrington. And it's causing some anxiety, but no, I don't think it's going to end up going anywhere. I think it's something that's it's going to be put out to pasture, I think. Or definitely, if there is an increase, it's not going to be 40%. It's going to be much less than that. And but yeah, there's generally the support for it is minimal. There's not a lot of support for it. Yeah, it would be seen as a disastrous move. Has anyone got any questions? Hi, Estelle Harrington. I think I said hello. Yeah, this flipped out, you know, nukes, always a bad thing. Okay, anybody got a question? So I'm going to have a look at Kushner next. Ugh. Does Vance want to run for governor in New York? Good question. Vance, because he has announced that he's not going to run for AG again. Good question indeed. So we'll look at will the countries that have surplus soon help those that do not have enough? Okay, Kathy. Countries with surplus. We're having trouble getting vaccines down here. I think there's a bit of a, oh, well, they've got it all in hand down there. They don't really need them in a hurry. But, you know, people like myself and my husband, and, you know, if we get this, good chance we'll die. And, you know, oh, yeah, he would have loved that. Surplus vaccines help others. Anyway, let's have a look at Jared Kushner. Into what is happening, what is in store for Jared Kushner. He can go up into space in Dr. Evil's ship. Anyway, Jared Kushner. What's in store for him? Whoa! Wasted resources. Wasted. Hi, Deanna Gonzalez. All of his plans and strategies for the future are just gone out the window. Unwise decisions. So we've got wasted resources and unwise decisions. 5 of Wands. He needs to move on. he's stirred up trouble, and he doesn't need to move on. He's ready to move on from the White House and his father-in-law and everything. He just doesn't want to know anymore. He's realised that he's stuck himself with something that's pretty bad. Hi, Emmy, me. Ooh, there is something's going to come to light about Jared. Something's coming to light because it's on the reverse magician. It's not sunshine, lollipops and rainbows. Oh, loss of money. Loss of money. He really was hoping that his family would be able to ride high and make a whole heap of money out of his father-in-law's presidency, and it hasn't happened how he's planned it, how he's hoped. The Emperor, the rule of law. He's trying to distance himself because the rule of law, he's flouted it. Hi, Nina Sanderson. And yeah, he's a bit nervous about that. That's the Emperor. And stability. And he's also looking for more stability. Page of Swords. He's in for some disappointing news. He's hoping to be able to ride things out and come out ahead of things, come out the victor. Three of Cups, but you know what? Overindulgence in every aspect is a major problem there. Dove in too deep, overindulged, overdid things in the White House, overindulged in every other way as well. They don't. Jared Kushner and his family and his in-law, they do not know the meaning of the word restraint. And it's coming back to kick them in the butt. He's looking to get away. He's looking to sneak away. Things are at a tipping point for him. Oh, he's in for a bit of heartbreak and betrayal. He's in for a bit of heartbreak. What's this heartbreak about? Let's have a look. Yeah, he's not in for the best time. News about his actions, having to talk about his actions, having to maybe charm his way out of something. 9 of Pentacles. This is all on the 3 of Swords, the heartbreak trail. Feeling betrayed. This betrayal is going to cost them. It feels like it's sitting pretty in a good position, but that's not the case. 7 of Swords, yeah, it's theft and loss. And also, I feel like this should be reversed, which is unable to escape the consequences of your action. You're going to have to face legal consequences for your actions. Yeah, here's the consequences card. Okay. You did bad things, you're going to have to face consequences, and you're not going to be able to get away with it. I think he could end up in jail. Will he end up in jail? He's going to get an offer he doesn't want. And he's going to have to defend himself. Yeah, I think there's a good chance he'll end up in jail if he doesn't skip the country. Okay. Now, what was the question? Cy Vance. Is Cy Vance going to run for governor of New York? Let's have a look. Okay, Cy Vance. Let's have a look. Hello. So you're back. Okay. Okay, so you're back. You want Mummy to scratch. Hi, Linda B. Lovely to see you. I've got a little girl here who's demanding attention. Will Cy Vance no, he wants to, and he's got some plans too. But hi, Linda P. Holder of space. How are you? That's a great handle. Cy Vance. He feels he has a very strong chance, a very strong case to run for public office. He's holding back a bit at the moment. He feels like he'd be a good leader. Intuitive, wise, his investigative know-how and running departments. Hi, Sherry French. He's certainly talking to somebody, probably about lieutenant governorship went through my mind. Yeah, he's talking to exploratory committees or committees about it. Yeah, I think he definitely is going to. He definitely, I think he feels he's got Biden's confidence to run, or he would have Biden's confidence. And he feels, I think he feels like he has a lot of ideas. You know the term pregnant with ideas? He's got a lot of them. Hi, oil painter. Steady leadership and stability. He feels like there's a need for that. Cuomo hasn't been a horrible governor. He's seen the state through a lot of crisis, but there's a lot of debate going on at the moment, and he also, Cy Vance also feels like it's a natural progression, coming to the end of his journey as AG or whatever. I'm sorry, I can't remember his office. But and he's ready to start out on a new journey. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he wants. This is what he's hoping to happen, is that he's going to be back to run for office, governor, I think, of New York. I think that's definitely what he wants to do. Hi, Christine Thomas. So we've just looked at Vance. Somebody asked, will countries with surplus of vaccines help other countries who are in need? Definitely money, funds. I'm going to go back to this question in a few minutes. No hateful comments, please. Okay? No hateful comments. Okay? Vitriol is a waste of energy. Anyway. I ask that people who comment be respectful and, you know, no hate speech, no vitriol, okay? And also remember, I won't comment on people who are under the age of 18, and I won't. While I will read about a trial, do a reading on a trial and all that, about where it's going, I won't say yes or no if they're going to be found guilty or not, because they're trials. And yeah. What, the dog or the neighbour, Dave? Okay. Now I'm going to go back to Bubba Girl. Got Bubba Girl here. I'm going to go back to this question of, will countries that have a surplus of vaccines help other countries that are in need? there will be momentum to do that. At the moment, supplies are still getting to countries who have ordered things and stuff. So that's the ships coming in hard. You may think that all countries have a surplus at the moment, but it's not really true. But there is momentum behind the idea of helping other countries when they can. But basically, countries we've got to look to ourselves first. We've got to protect our people first, and then we can help those around us. So there is some hope that those countries that do have excess, after they've filled their stockpiles, will help with getting vaccines to other countries. No, it might seem like some countries have a surplus at the moment. There's a lot of vaccines out there, but the manufacturing of them is not happening as fast as it could. Here in Australia, it's just a whole custard fudge. There's still loss ahead, but we can't spend time regretting what hasn't happened in the past. You've got to move forward with things. There's still it's still a bit of time before things happen. The countries that have the resources to get things up and running and help their people, they want to ensure their country's stability first. Biden definitely has something on the books for later about helping other countries with vaccine and all that, but it's not something that's going to happen in the immediate future. There are some older deals and aid deals that were made that might be reviewed in order to bring them in line with COVID. There's a lot of there's going to be a need for clear, sharp judgment in how this is done. But yeah, look, nurturing. So there's quite a few major arcana. So time-wise, it's going to be a while, but there is going to be nurturing of other countries, and there is going to be wise, and there's going to be compassion and wisdom and all that in other countries for other countries that are in need. But it's still going to take a while because most countries still need to get their own people taken care of first. Okay, how close are we to finding who the pipe bomb people are? Were there two people dressed alike? Interesting. We'll have a look. Grab a different deck. Yeah. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Christine. We're a first world country and we have no idea when we're going to get the vaccine. The Prime Minister was patting himself on the back about getting 100,000 people vaccinated in a bit over a month. That's nothing. Oh. Thanks, sweetheart. Yes, there he is.
Cameo's getting in the way, is she?
Oh, she's okay. Well, really?
It's a bit protective. No, not protective, that's not.
Yeah, I think that the Australian government, they're still holding out for AstraZeneca. They're still determined to use it. In the grand scheme of things, what they're worried about is a very, very small thing, but, you know, it's... Okay, so what were we looking at? Oh, the pipe bombers. Oh, anxiety. That flew out. Anxiety. People are anxious. They're worried that they're worried that they're still out there and that they're still going to try and cause pain. So how close are the authorities, the US authorities, to getting the pipe bombs? Let's have a look. Closer. Forced abandonment. Momentum. Mentally unstable. Not able to set boundaries. Dirty money. Rule of law stability. I think they thought they had a lead, but they were forced to abandon it. They're not as close as they thought they were. They do, I think, have a profile of a person. And look, they will get them. But this person, you know, was paid by another group to do this. Diversionary tactics. Yeah, they were forced to abandon a lead. Basically, it didn't, what they thought did not fit within the parameters. So basically, it didn't add up, that lead. But they're not giving up. They're still determined to find this. This is the rule of law. They've been able to narrow down, I suppose. This is a card of abundance, but it's reversed. So things aren't as abundant. The leads and the tip-off, they had an abundance of them, and now they're narrowing them down and weeding them out, so there's not as many for them to look at. I do feel they're going to get a tip that's going to pay off. And even though there's the momentum there, there's still a couple of major arcanas. A deal they don't want. They're going to, yeah, and a pause in momentum. Yeah, the momentum's been paused for a moment for now. They are going to get a tip off, but at the moment, the lead they thought they had did not pan out. But they're far from done. But at the moment, they're paused in something for some reason. They hit a bit of a block somewhere. Hi, Robin Arvin. Thank you. Hi, Human Generic. Thank you. It was just, you know, technical issues with having to reset the modem, and it threw out all the Wi-Fi. It took me several days to sort it out and get all the settings right. So youch. Yeah. They may have found someone in Ohio, but I think it's not the right person. But certainly somebody they should be, you know, bringing in for questioning about the other thing. But I don't think it was quite the right person. They're going to get another lead soon, I think. Okay, North Korea and Biden. What's going on with that relationship? Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong, Kim Jong-un, or whatever her name is. She's flexing her iron butterfly wings. Younger people seem to have more reactions. Okay, what's happening with the Biden administration and North Korea? What's going on with all that argy-bargy? Let's have a look. What's on the bottom? Woohoo! Biden's trying to re-establish old boundaries and old sanctions, and they're not happy. Hi, Julie Saint. Thank you for the compliment. Biden's not playing ball. Not he's not responsive to the deal that this woman has put on the table that she wants with America. He's like, yeah, right. Tell it to the hand and don't let the door hit you on the way out, sort of thing. Because he wants to reestablish older boundaries. You can guess it. If you saw the fur, you'll know she sat down on the cards. She is a real hot-tempered lady. She is a nasty piece of work, and when she loses it, you don't want to be around. Basically, this is North Korean leader Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-un's sister, who's taken over in North Korea. She doesn't know the meaning of restraint. Since she took over from her brother, she's basically, you don't tell me no, it's my way or the highway. And Biden's not playing the game she wants him to play. That relationship is really vulnerable at the moment. The reversal with Star of Hope is vulnerability, and darker times ahead with that. So, K jelly, okay, I'll call it that. She's not stupid. She knows conflict with the US will end badly. But she wants to end any conflict on her terms. And she's not prepared to really negotiate with that. The US is going to bring new energy into the region, and she's not happy about that. She wants to scare or keep the US away, because with Biden back in, with Biden in the saddle, whole new leadership style, he's a lot stronger than people think he is, and he's shown he's not afraid to respond, proportional responses and stuff. So a whole new energy is going to be brought back to the area, and she doesn't want that. She sees the US's involvement in the region, further involvement in the region, and it's interesting that she's come out with this just a few days after the Quad conference as a danger to the economic stability of her country. Thank you, oil painter. Her country is highly institutionalized, and she likes it that way because it means more power to her. She is not going to want the deal that Biden is going to bring to the table, and she knows that she's not going to like it. And it's sort of like her way of a preemptive strike. She still has a lot to learn. She really does. She still has a lot to learn. She was happier when the Republicans were in power, when there was a Republican in the White House. And she doesn't like that Republicans hold both houses now. So it's, yeah. There's definitely some argy-bargy coming up between the two countries. Christine Thomas, I think Oil Painter is pointing you towards her site or her Facebook thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Vance, North Korea, Biden. We've looked at the Quad, Georgia, Kushner. Anyone you specifically want me to look at? I was going to have a look at Tucker Carlson. He seems to be in a little bit of the poo, of poo, and a little bit of poo with his network. I think the Fox network are deciding discretion is the better part of valor, and they're looking to reassess and realign their content, I guess you could say that. Let's have a look at Tucker Carlson. What's in store for Tucker Carlson? I'm going to get tucked in. Okay. Yeah, Dave, no hate speech. Yeah. Tucker Carlson. He has something big coming, and it is beyond catastrophic for him. Very high impact event. Tower reverses, everything related to the tower, but worse. His life is going to become very chaotic. Very chaotic. He's failed to set up defenses around himself. He's definitely in for a bit of a rough journey, a transition, a movement away. You know what? I think he may have stuffed up with his contract where he didn't set good enough boundaries for himself with his contract with Fox News, and he really believes that they can't do without him. But he's in for a rough movement, a rough transition, a rough journey. He does believe he's going to be triumphant. He's got a very high opinion of himself. Oh, but there are some things ahead of him that he had no idea are there. He's got some icebergs. He thinks he can see what's going to happen in his future, but he got no idea because things are hidden beneath the surface. So he's hidden obstructions, hidden problems are ahead of him. This is a reap what you sow card. Reap what you sow. I think Fox News are assessing his role in the last few years. When he started, the possibilities for him were abundant and absolutely everywhere. That's no longer the case. Possibilities have been reduced. He's basically snuffed out a lot of future opportunities, smothered them. suck the oxygen out of his future career. Page of Wands, he's not going to be able to talk his way out of whatever is coming for him. So he's in for a rough time. Yeah, and he's going to be starting on a new journey. Yeah, so he's got a bit of a rough time ahead. I don't think wouldn't surprise me if he ends up on the same seat as Lou Dobbs and whoever else is already on the, on the timeout bench. You can't say what you call Tucker Carlson. Okay, anyone got Tucker Pucker? Anyone got any questions? No? So if nobody's got anything else that they want me to look at, I think what I'll probably do is wrap it up. Please remember, if you want a reading, I'm more than happy to do a reading. You can email me at footprinttarot.com, footprinttarot@gmail.com to arrange one. And yeah, hi Tara S. Have you got a quick question before I join me a little bit late, but I've still got a few minutes. Do you have a quick question you want me to look at? Where are Ivanka and Jared? Okay, let's look. Keeping a low profile, prepping. They really needed to practice restraint and keep a low profile. But they didn't. And they're suffering for that now. They're actually facing a period of financial loss. This is a 10. So they're sitting there. Their family legacy of riches is sort of coming to an end. Oh, they're definitely in for a big bit of a hard time. Well, I said that Jared could be heading for jail. Yeah, they've definitely got some dark times and definitely emotionally unbalanced and, yeah, time. So they've definitely got a bit of a dark period coming ahead. Where they are, they're trying to escape. They're trying to get themselves out of the corner that they're in. Hi, Hippie Gypsy. Hi, Annie S. I will stay on for another half hour. Okay, guys? Oh, definitely. Here it is again. Loss, financial loss. Again, they've got hidden obstacles in front of them. They are definitely trying to escape judgment. I don't think they'll feel they're going to get a fair hearing here in the US. Yeah. They're thinking we're being forced to flee. They're not being forced to do anything, but they feel like they're being forced to abandon everything. So they're planning to skip the country. They're keeping low to do that. They are in for a rough ride. Things are not going to work out as they want them to. Okay, it's Ron Watkins Q. So anyway, that is Jared and Ivanka. Who is Ron Watkins? Is he one of the guys who started it as a joke and then abandoning it when they felt it was getting out of hand? It's absolutely running rampant through Australia at the moment, apparently, causing a lot of problems in homes. Is Ron Watkins Q? Ron Watkins, is he Q? Definitely had something to do with it, with getting it started and egging on the momentum. The Tower. He definitely had something to do with it, but it has become something he didn't intend it to be. His intention, and these are all major arcana, his intention was to get people to look at things from a different perspective, ask questions, I suppose, but it's gotten out of hand. It has threatened the stability of more than one person. It's created this energy. I think he created it as a way to sort of get people to wake up and start questioning things instead of just accepting everything that's said to them. And, you know, wake up to yourselves and stop accepting everything. Start questioning things, looking at things from a different perspective. But it got hijacked by other people. So why he started it, he hasn't had anything to do with it in quite a while. It was definitely hijacked. But unfortunately, he feels he's going to be tainted with it, trapped in a corner. He's going to be associated with it forever, even though he hasn't really had anything to do with it for a while. It was definitely, yeah, it was hijacked, definitely hijacked and used as a weapon, not in any in the way he intended at all. Republicans were definitely involved. Yeah, there's more than one Q now. It's definitely, there's at least two people now, but he's not one of them. There's at least two people now who are here. They're really making a lot of money off this. Yeah, but look, it will come to light who they are. It will come to light. They can't remain hidden forever. But their main goal now is deception and lying and twisting things, gaslighting. Two of Cups, here they are again, making more deals. But there is an end coming to Q. It will, there's a lot of major arcana here, so high impact. It will run its course and it will die, basically a death that it can't be avoided. Yeah, that's the danger of social media and platforms and setting up platforms, especially if you don't moderate it properly, or you don't come down hard on people who push things too far. This is something that sort of started as a joke, and also as a bit of a joking way to till people wake up and smell the roses, stop being such sheep and just believing everything you say. It was totally hijacked and corrupted. And yeah, now it's very harmful, but it is going to have its day. Does Steve Bannon have anything to do with it? This came out, different perspective. That's a maybe too. Does Steve Bannon have anything to do with Q now? The truth's going to come out about that. Devil, oh, there's still quite a lot of damage that it can and probably will do in a while. But it's Ace of Cups, it's going to end up with overflowing emotions. It's going to cause, yeah, it will be tempered in the end. It will be tempered in the end. People are going to start turning away from it as they wake up. It's a new journey, and basically it being pushed back and retired. So it is going to come to an end. And as for whether or not Bannon's got anything to do with it, yes, he might. He might be using it as a platform to take advantage of things. Hi, Deborah Costro. Hi, Angie's dad. Okay, who's got a question? Anyone got a question? Oh, my goodness me. Bit of a yawn. I said I'd stay on a bit longer, so. Anyone got a question? Has anyone important turned on Trump? Ooh, let's have a look. When Q's predicted ghost days go by and nothing happens, will they find a new case to follow? Some will, but not a lot, Dave. I think a vast majority are going to realise they got sucked in and are like, well, but there's always going to be some people who will be looking for something to feed their need to blame somebody else for things that go wrong. Anyway, will anyone major turn on Trump? Let's have a look. Will we be seeing more of Mueller? Okay. Ten of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Six of Pentacles. He's definitely a whistleblower. I think somebody major already has, but there's been pains taken to cloud the issue of who it is. At least in one case, there's some whistleblowers. King of Pentacles, I feel this like when I saw that, the immediate thought that came into my head was Weisselberg. Weisselberg, is that him? The chief financial officer? I think he's turned. Definitely with investigations. Forward momentum with investigations. There have been smaller people as well who have been sharing things, bits of information. Yeah, definitely the burden of truth is being eased because it's up to the prosecutors to prove their case. Definitely. There's definitely. And there's also someone who Trump has thrown under a bus as well. That could be one of his kids. And I think Ivanka might have spoken to people because she wants to get a better deal for herself and possibly even for Jared. Will things be open by summer? I want to visit my cousin. Well, you're in Canada, Judy, aren't you? Let's see. Will things be open by summer in Canada? How are the vaccines? I've seen that, just heard the other day that there's a few issues with the vaccine rollout in Canada, that it's not going as smooth as it could. So let's have a look. Canada. No, Boris Johnson's roadmap to recovery. I feel like the Canadian government's got something similar that they're working on. they have everything they need to put things in place to move towards that. King of Wands, wise, compassionate leadership. So, well, they're all yes cards. Overflow of emotion with the Ace of Cups. They feel it's really important for the emotional stability of the country to be able to try and get this done. I do feel like there's going to be some areas that won't be able to open up, but some that will. There's still some anxiety around opening things up at the moment, especially with there's a bit of confusion with vaccines and supply and temperance. They do want to find a new balance, but they have to practice some restraint in some areas. Some plans. I feel there's going to be an effort to cut through all this confusion. Yeah. This is a good card. This is family celebrations. Basically, return, shared memories, reunions as well, families as well. The High Priestess, they do have a strategy in place that they hope is going to get most of the country open. And I think they'll succeed quite well, but there might still be a couple of areas, not necessarily the whole province, but a few areas within a province where you can't go because they haven't quite got things under control yet or stuff. Pretty much similar to what they've done here in Australia, where they've done with Sydney a lot. The Sydney metropolitan area is locked down and stuff, but country Sydney was still open and things like that. So there might be a few patches, but otherwise it's looking good. And there's some family celebrations. I see family celebrations and togetherness. They do have a strategy in place, and it's a wise strategy. So if everything goes well, yes, you could have most of the country back open by summer, but you still need to be precautioned. You still have to take precautions. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Hi, Patricia Ray. Oh, with the vaccines, what do you see down the road? Side effects on them. Oh, my goodness. That's a bit of a hard thing to ask cards. I'm not an expert on vaccines, so I can't really read on that. I don't really want to read on that. Sorry, Tara S. It's a bit of a hard one to address that. But what I might do is read on, are they going to be able to overcome some of the side effects that have been happening and some of the issues? So I'll read on that. Will they be able to overcome some of the issues that have plagued some of the vaccines? I feel like there's still more. The pressure was so great that they really needed a little bit more time, but the pressure was so great that while it's Eight of Cups, there's some vaccines that they might end up having to walk away from. Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, but most of them they're going to be able to hold on, and it's going to be emotional. because, you know, if they have to discount a vaccine, that's less people who can get things. So there might be some upsetting emotional news, but there's others that are going to be able to hold on. And yeah, there's going to be some disappointing news, but on one of the vaccines. I don't know whether it's AstraZeneca or one of the other ones, but embattlement, past mistakes. They have to go back and review some things. Yeah, I had to start a new vaccine judgment. Is going to swing against one of the vaccines. There's going to be able to fix some issues with some of them, but there's one that they just might not be able to. But that doesn't mean it's AstraZeneca. Or it could be one that they're still in development and that they're trying to get out. But there's going to be disappointing news on the front of one of them. And there's going to be a new journey. So I think there's going to be a new vaccine come out soon too. The UK released their figures. They have administered 27 million doses, and 39 people have experienced blood clots. In terms of statistical problems, and it's very, very few. It's well within the normal parameters, but that issue, yeah, I don't think you should take it if blood clotting is an issue for you, but talk to your doctor. Always talk to your doctor about things. Yeah. So, look, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you very much for joining me. It's good to be back. I will be back Thursday morning my time, and we'll do some more stuff then. Bye-bye. Love you. Stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy.